3 keys, 2 signers, 1 vault. Bitcoin Multisig is the most underused security setup in self-custody and the most over-feared. People think it's complicated and slow. It isn't. It's deliberate. I'm Rachel from ChainSense. In the next 5 minutes, why Bitcoin's Multisig differs from Ethereum's contracts, the 3-signer setup that actually survives, and the backup hygiene that turns a vault into one you can recover. Here's how to set up a Bitcoin Multisig properly, without building one you can't recover from. First, understand what you're actually building, because Bitcoin does this differently from Ethereum. On Ethereum, Multisig is a smart contract, safe, that lives on-chain and holds your funds. On Bitcoin, there's no contract. Multisig is enforced by Bitcoin's own scripting, a pay-to-witness script hash address, where the script itself says 2 of these 3 public keys must sign. The network checks it directly. No contract to deploy, no contract to exploit, no contract risk. That's the upside. Here's the catch. And it's the single most important thing in this video. On Bitcoin, the thing that lets you recover your wallet isn't just your seed phrases, it's the descriptor. The descriptor is a small piece of text that says, this is a 2 of 3 native SegWit multisig. Here are the 3 extended public keys. Here are their derivation paths. With the descriptor and any 2 of your 3 seeds, you can rebuild the wallet in Sparrow, in Nunchuk, in Bitcoin Core, anywhere. Without it, 3 correct seed phrases might still not be enough to easily reconstruct which multi-sig they belong to. So the rule is simple. The descriptor is recovery critical. Back it up like it matters, because it does. Now the setup. You need 2 things, a coordinator and your signers. The coordinator isn't a wallet. It doesn't hold keys. It holds the configuration and orchestrates signing. Sparrow on desktop if you want the most device flexibility and the best coin control. Nunchuk if you want mobile access and a genuinely useful free tier. Either works. For signers, use 3 hardware wallets. And here's the part most people skip. Don't use 3 of the same brand. Mix them. A Keystone, a Ledger, a Trezor. If one vendor ships a vulnerability, it can't take your whole quorum because the other 2 are different hardware entirely. That's the entire point of Multisig. Don't undo it by putting every key behind one company. Set the quorum to 2 of 3 and add each device's public key to the coordinator. Then, before you send a single Satoshi you care about, do a test spend. Fund the wallet with a small amount, send it back out, sign with 2 different devices. The test spend isn't paranoia. It's the only way you find out your setup is wrong while it's still cheap to fix. And use the device screens. Keystone's clear signing shows you the real address on the hardware itself, not just in the software. Verify there every time. Last part, and it's the part that decides whether this vault survives real life. 3 rules. 1. Store the descriptor separately from your seeds. The descriptor is public information. It reveals your balance but can't spend anything. So keep several copies in different places. A multi-sig where the descriptor is lost is just a slower way to lose your coins. 2. Distribute the signers geographically. The whole reason you ran 3 keys was so no single event takes you down. Don't then keep all 3 devices in one drawer. 1 fire, 1 flood, 1 break-in shouldn't reach more than 1 key. Spread them. Home, office, a trusted relative, a safe deposit box. 3. Rehearse the recovery. Every 6 months, actually rebuild the wallet from the descriptor and 2 seeds on a different machine. Not because you expect to need it, because the day you do is the worst possible day to discover you got a derivation path wrong. A backup you've never restored isn't a backup. It's a guess. One note on what's coming. Taproot Multisig, using Multisig 2, makes a multisig look like a single signature on-chain for better privacy and lower fees. It's promising. But right now, it's beta, and hardware signing barely supports it. For a cold vault holding real money, stay with native SegWit descriptors until the hardware catches up. That's a Bitcoin multisig done properly. Native script, cross-vendor signers, a descriptor you've backed up, and a recovery you've actually rehearsed. The full written walkthrough, every screen, every export, is linked in the description. BTC multisig isn't slow, it's deliberate. Subscribe to ChainSense. I'm Rachel. See you in the next one.